Everybody, I'm Sam, I come from Italy, and today I would like to talk about Italian culture. So, Italian culture is mainly focused on three things, which is like food, history, and architecture. Our civilization comes from one of the most important civilizations in the history, which is the Roman. They appeared during the 5th century BC, and they basically founded and created everything of our culture. Starting from food and mostly architecture. Even if we go, for example, in Rome, we can still see how much they're important because we still have their architecture, just like the Colosseum, which is actually the most important architecture in Italy. Every year we have a lot of tourists that come from all over the world to admire our architecture, and this is probably one of the most important one. And so why is that Roman so important for us? Basically because they created our history, our culture, and architecture is the most important thing. Even if we go in the smallest town in Italy, you can always see something to you can always have something to see or appreciate. For example, for me, I come from a very small city which has less than 10,000 inhabitants. You can always see a giant castle in the top of the city. This is not the only thing that you can admire in Italy. For example, other thing are the Pantheon, which is still in Rome, and also the one of the most important is the Duomo, which is in Milan. Milan is probably the second important city in Italy because of fashion and basically the architecture that you can admire around the city. It's also called the capital of Europe for that. And other architecture are like the Pisa Tower that has a weird slope. And another thing important from Roman is that they founded our culture, our traditions, and our traditions is also based on food. We are known around the world for our food, like pasta basically. In Italy there are 21 regions, and every region are important for a different kind of pasta. For example, we have the ragu, which is tomato soup with different kind of meats, and at the same time Lazio, which is Lazio, which is the region where Rome is located, is known for this pasta, which is called carbonara. At the same time, Italy is considered one of the most important beautiful place in the world. But at the same time, we have a lot of economical and political issue right now, caused by a huge crisis that started in 2008, caused by a crisis that American had, and so we led us to a huge crisis that politicians weren't able to solve, and we still have problems. Like a lot of young guys, just like me, that goes to university or just graduated, as a hard time right now because they can't find jobs, and basically this crisis killed every kind of small businesses, and we're still trying to fix this situation, but basically population don't even trust politicians anymore. So at the same time, we always try to balance these problems between economics and our tradition, our culture, which the thing that we know around the world. Another important tradition for us that could be like stupid for a lot of people, but it's important for us because for us it's how our family is built and how our culture is built, which is like the tradition of coffee. We are known around the world for our espresso, which we used to drink after every meal, and basically you can drink it all the day. A lot of Italians drink all day long. I'm one of them, but usually we drink it after every meal. And if you don't like coffee, or basically you don't wanna drink it, you can always drink a different kind of alcoholic drinks that are handmade, and a lot of people around the world like it. So, and even if we right now have a lot of economical problem, we still remain one of the most important nations in the world because of our architecture and tradition, if they are considered for some people stupid. But we're still trying to fix these situations, but we still love our culture and our tradition and our history. Thank you everybody.